1989, Swami Vishnu-devananda talks about life.
There were millions and millions of German soldiers lost their lives or imprisoned. He started moving upward first. He used this Austria and then went Czechoslovakia. They used a small portion, and then for Czechoslovakia, he promised, I will not go beyond the Czechoslovakia. He promised. You can see all the documentary films about video. I will not go beyond Czechoslovakia. That's only. As long as you others keep quiet. So British, German, French, all they kept quiet. Oh yes, he only went Czechoslovakia, so we got no problem. Then he went to Poland. He destroyed the city. You can see in the ghettos. Bomb coming, raining day and night. People are just like animals wandering. So he slowly moved. At the end, in that particular film we don't have it, end of Germany, Nazi, in the German society and everything. People were, the proud Germans, they had to go and pick up from the garbage. You can, I got the film. They're picking garbage to survive. What they did, the Nazi party to others, it came back. There's no food. They're picking from the garbage whatever they can find, feed their children and babies. This is just to explain, when you use the power of God for wrong purpose, for negative purpose, it will come back. Same thing with you also. You are not doing the wrong purpose, but you also will develop power. That's inevitable. When you try to control the mind, you are bound to get powers. Bound. This is what TM did, very short time. They were successful by using various lies. But they also use the energy, mystical in the wrong way. Like Hitler did opposite way. I become Aingi, she becomes Shingi. They don't know what they are doing. So 12 concocted words they use Aingi, Shingi, Shangi, Shongi, whatever it is. They start moving upward. But everything just a Hitler, the team also wound up. The Rajneesh came. He also moved up. He used lower energy, gross energy of the commercial world, drugs and sex. This is all the part of God's energy, lower mystical energy, drugs and sex. And he moved up. 70, 100 Rolls Royce he could collect. And then CA caught him, and you can see they made a parade in front of the television. The hands were shackled, the legs were shackled with the big irons, and he had to walk in front of them. The great Bhagavan, great God, becomes, they want to show how this great Bhagavan becomes like a ordinary thief. Then another Guru Maharaj came as a young boy. They made him dress like Krishna with the fruit in the hand. And in one of the big show in Miami, the Holi, that is the day with Lord Krishna played with the gopis with the color syringe. And they, you know their masters, mappers, how did they make him to do that? On that day in Miami, a big fire hydrant, fire hose, which will sprout the water about 200, 300 yards away, huge. But this will have controlled by the color computer. So by putting the computer, by pressing button, red will come, yes, green will come, yellow will come. That's not millions of dollars. Just create one day. The Holy Krishna had come in the Guru Maharaj. People went to see this big, because tamasha in English means it was called comedy. Think it's all real. He also disappeared. But the cross represents energy too, but it's different type of energy. How this energy symbolizes? Humility. Though Jesus had the power, God has given him the power, but he never used, even at the cross when he was crucified, he never used that power. So that symbol shows the humility, spiritual power. Spiritual power is control, Dhamma. Power to control the power. Power to control the power to control the power to control the power. That is how much energy is necessary to control the power, bad power. That's not easy. The temptation will be there. I'll show you how my power is. You don't give me respect. He did not use that power. That's why his name is still known. But suppose, let's assume, if Jesus used the power, so he can destroy all the enemies who came to destroy him, and save what? What he can save? Save what? One word. Save the flesh. And by saving the flesh, you will be lost. You lose his. You use his soul. The soul, the power of all, the soul, Om and soul are one and the same. He will lose all the power the moment he starts using little power. The soul, the way the soul will be losing. But he did not use. He saved the soul but not the flesh. That's what yoga. Sacrifice. With this body, you can use power, but you cannot hold the power forever in the wrong way. The very body will be destroyed. So look into all great people like Swami Shivananda. His own disciple came to kill him with an axe, but he prostrated before him and said that thus God came in the form of an assassin. God can come out with the food in the hand, he can come out with the axe in the hand. Ramakrishna, you understand that? God only can come with the fruit in the hand, the fork, to bless you. He will come with an axe. See that, you understand that? Why he comes with an axe? To test that you have transcended the flesh. You are afraid to die. That is only for this flesh which came from the matter, from the food. You go back into flesh, melt with the other matter for the food, for the worms, germs, vegetables, compost, become decomposed. So the test is there to see whether you are still identified with this flesh and thinking the power, I am a very powerful person. The test will come to all. Now, I am not talking in particular religious people as Sikhs or Hindus or religious Jews, Muslims, etc. But you can see anyone who used the power in the historical period, pre-historical period, how long they all survived. Look at Napoleon. How long? What about Alexander, the great conqueror? He wants to become the world conqueror. He brought all the way, he reached India, and his own army rebelled. And eventually, he died when he was very young. He died. He was 30 or 32 or 33. He was died. He could not. Still, they don't know where his body is. He wanted to immortalize the whole world by proclaiming the universal God or universal King of the universe. He is not successful. Napoleon was not successful. British also tried. They are British. Those days, the slogan was when India was a colony of Britain. But also not in India, the Burma, the Malaya, the Singapore, the Hong Kong, Indonesia, Australia, Fiji. Pardon? All the Gulf countries, controlling vast wealth of the oil wealth of the Gulf countries. From one end of the world, in fact, the slogan is, "Sun will never set in British Empire." That's true. That's not the world, and somewhere the sun is shining. But slowly, India got freedom from Britain. So also Burma, Singapore, Malaya, Hong Kong, Australia, they are all still British, but they also are independent, New Zealand, and all the Gulf countries, they got their freedom. Slowly, British now withdrawn into small areas. Before that, Rome, mighty power of Rome, it almost every Muslim corner of the world. Slowly withdrawn. So, Greece, not only Greece was one of the most foremost persons, but also philosophers, scientists, also Greek philosophers and scientists. So you see, the energy is like a tree. It won't stay in one spot. It constantly moves from one place to another. It moves around the globe. Rome, the British Empire, and slowly all of the things came up, and then now there is that energy. America. That energy has now wandered. America even was, it was not United States, it was divided states. Because North and South were fought. So you divided states before and united. The energy eventually wandered in America. But how long this will last? Rather. When is that good end? When is going to be? When is good end? You can see America, this great power, superpower. Of course, the counterpart is Russia. I'll come to that later, but anyhow. How America will be destroyed? This energy. How? Drugs. Drugs means not unfortunately heroin, morphine, etc. Alcohol is a drug. Tobacco is a drug. Coffee, tea are drugs. So also, tranquilizer is a drug. Millions and millions of Americans live on tranquilizers. Just to keep them, they can escape their normal stress of the society. They got pills. Once a woman came, Swamiji, I got arthritis. So she opened her small bag. The red pill, yellow pill, green pill, white pill, and brown pill, and every kind of color. And she's following pills every half an hour, red pill. then green pills, then white pills. So I don't know what for, God knows whatever the disease. She thinks all the disease can be removed by various pills. But she doesn't understand it is true. Not she also, others. The drug is destroying not only the physical body, but destroys the astral body. Not only in this life, you are creating very negative life in the past, future. A simple example is the thalidomide. The pregnant mothers took tranquilizer, prescription drugs. Did you take, Radha? Thank you. If you taken, then you will be having children with them. It created the astral body, energy diminished, and hundreds and hundreds of babies are born without hands or without legs or partial grown limbs. Just an accident. It's not attacking the physical body, it attacks the astral body. So also, the woman drinks alcohol during pregnancy, it affects the fetus. She is not yet to deliver, going to deliver, but future she is going to deliver. And the baby is already drug addict. Mother smokes, father also smokes. And the nicotine affects the sperm of the father, already mutation took place. So also mother's egg. By the time they both join together, their astral body is completely wiped out, or mostly wiped out. How many millions of American children are having brain damage? They call it, what do you call it? Learning disability or disability. Every type of disability, not learning disability. They are become normal parents. The parent doesn't understand. They are destroying the energy of the astral body of baby yet to be born through them. And then after birth, every child pills they swallow. Pampers, sleeping pills, and the doctors will give injections, polio injections, and this injection, that injection, smallpox injections, and cholera infections, and you can imagine now how much of your body can survive this type of virus. Though it's beneficial, your natural immune system is gone. Means natural immune system is gone, means natural defense mechanism is lost, because everything is protected by vaccines and the injections. Then what happens? When the natural immune system is gone, then what do you call it? AIDS. AIDS means what? Acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Thank you all. Forgot the word. Come on, once more repeat, brother. Acquired immune deficiency. What that means? Still I am looking into all the books. I have gone to all the encyclopedias to find the meaning of this. It's very simple meaning. Because your immune system doesn't work. Why? Why? Because you are not only your parents' astral body, because they have been bombarded by their parents, their parents were drinking all the smoking and drugs and so forth, and coffee, cigarettes, etc. And their parents were drinking alcohol, drank alcohol, vodka and champagne, etc. And their parents. So, series of evolution, not evolution, dissolution takes place to astral body. Each generation lost their natural immune system. And by that time, your children have no defense at all. We never heard acquired immune deficiency syndrome book, the last generation. It only came in 50s or 60s, started in 50s, you know? Even 70s, I think. 70s only. That's about 20 years ago. But what happened is virus before? No one wants to ask the question, wants to find out that. Oh, it came from Africa, from monkeys. They just discovered. Why they didn't get this? Africa was there for long before America came into existence. Why didn't they get before? Why suddenly it came from? So slowly, your defense mechanism, your astral body is destroyed each generation. Except you few people, Yashoda, and some of you are not destroying the future babies you bring into this earth. So we got a family week. The purpose of family week is, what is the purpose of family week? Yashoda? What is the purpose of your family week? Pardon?
Teach yoga to all families.
I'll tell you. To make money. Anyone will agree for that? No, I would agree. I would disagree. Still agree with that. Because to remind the centuries, America is slowly, I mean the West itself, the West, not American West, all parents came from once upon a time from America, from Europe, various countries, Germans, Africans, so also Radha's parents, grandparents, super grandparents all came from Africa and so forth. But if you have a little psychic eye, you look at astral body, you have no control, no willpower at all. That's what the cause of this disease is, what we call it. 20 years ago, this was not there. In the last 20 years, it deteriorated completely. And by end of the century, at present, we have no way to control this. Many people do have the AIDS, but there is no external symptoms. And this can hide in the body for years. Suddenly, it will come back. Some wrong thinking, wrong action, that's sufficient. It will multiply. We are going to enter the 21st century soon. Now, 20 years from now. Now science predicts there will be millions of people suffering from AIDS. Before it was only game, now it's also social, everybody has got that. At present we can't control this. Only one way you can control. After AIDS, you may find some way to control the AIDS. Then we have to find some more virus or some kind of method. At present, all virus, all the methods, the virus, the AIDS virus can somehow find a way to nullify the effect of the modern man-made virus to counteract like in other conditions. I read how it was, you try to penetrate into the cells, AIDS cells, they are unable to, suddenly they find a way to counteract that defense mechanism, and again they are very powerful. And they find another method to penetrate inside the nucleus, and they find another way. They are just intelligent, very intelligent, powerful figures. How many more AIDS virus which you have not even seen will come in humanity? In the Bible it is mentioning about what? Pardon? Pestilence. That's what AIDS is. When your mind becomes very weak and your ethics and morals, yama and nima, which I mentioned, I'll talk tomorrow morning again, when that becomes very loose and very remote, thinking that chemicals are going to remove all your problems, you take all sorts of chemicals, plus your daily social drinks, coffee, alcohol, drinks, cola, and then further you use every type of drug for arthritis, for sleeping pills too, wake-up pills too, pregnancy pills. You will have the future generations you are going to bring will be the most horrible demonic people going to get. So America is going to destroy them. It's already started. It started mostly in the West Coast, in San Francisco with gay communities. Now every city has got. New York is the worst city, about the AIDS now. Where are you going by 21st century? Where is chance for your children, your grandchildren? There's no chance. Their energy is slowly diminishing like a. So the America next powerful destruction of the American society will be by this type of loose and undisciplined life. But somehow God has brought a place like this where you can discipline and bring up your energy level up. And that's how I'll discuss more tomorrow morning how we increase your energy level. And no germs, no virus will attack you. And your future progeny coming through you will be very strong and powerful person, physically and mentally. We started this in a very nucleus way. After this time we are going down way, now we are going upward. But how many families are going to practice this yoga or this discipline? And how long we can stay waiting some cure to come for AIDS? There is no way we can escape the coming destruction of the Western society. The crack is getting another most powerful energy which literally blows up your head. They do not know who they are afterwards, 1 or 2 times. And children are hooked to drugs nowadays. They purposely make the children hooked so they can go and sell and make money to support their own system. They give free drugs. In India, I found out. You think India is a very good country? In ice cream, children, they are now in the drugs, containing the drugs. They're hooked. They start getting hooked by eating ice cream. And children want ice cream now, more and more, because it contains little bit of dope. Very mild, but that's sufficient. Like Coca-Cola. Why everyone is running after Coca-Cola? Because it is the Coke, it's a drug. And they get addicted to that. So they want more. And then from there onwards, from cola onwards, then I heard one of the girls here, I caught him and caught her. They thought they got a wine called, what do you call that wine? A wine cooler or something, wine cooler. You can use little amount of wine, but this is more legal to sell it. Then it's all brainwashing. So they are actually making the children to buy a wine cooler, and so, this little wine, little alcohol is okay. You are already destroying children's brain by Coca-Cola, by wine coolers, Pepsi colas and so forth. Then fibers, cracks, eventually they wind up with every type of grass, you can call it. Not eating grass, but smoking grass. So you see, energy is no more. We are using the subtle energy which Hitler used and others used in ancient days, but now we are using gross, somatic energy, very gross energy. That is also power of God, and that is drug and sex. Every advertisement contains subliminal message, which I will say tomorrow night. Subliminal. You can't see this visually. There is fraction of a second, that was sufficient. You are hooked to that particular object. It's one of the most devastating things now for the human mind, subliminally. They try to bombard your subconscious mind with every type of advertisement which you can't even see, which children cannot see, you cannot read, you don't have to hear. But bombard subliminally means subconsciously, to subconscious mind, affecting the human mind unbelievable. Everything From political things, you want to crack, the simple crack you are eating, biscuits, they call it Rex. So one of the famous Ritz crackers. Ritz crackers, it's like sausage cooked biscuit, you know. It contains a subliminal message. If you really look at the sex, each cookie contains sex. When you don't have to read subliminal message, you don't have to read. In fact, you don't have to even understand what it is. But that affects your mind. I'll bring you some other pictures tomorrow, subliminally how they advertise. You'll be shocked to see. You can see a glass of vodka or some kind of alcohol in the hand, very famous alcohol. And you see what inside. The food is a glass they're holding, but inside is skull and bone. Dust. Means you drink this, you will die. People want to die, they don't want to live. That's why how they sell their alcohol. So, subtle energies are used in another dimension, in a way, not politically, but commercially, destroying your life. So those parents you are here, those yoga teachers and those, try to discipline your life and increase your energy level to the 5 points which you discussed, they are teaching you. And you bring up your children in the right environment. You are not think schools, colleges are going to bring them any better. They are going to make them more demands. They will, from schools and colleges, certain society. Only parents can help. Only if you are able to help yourself, then your children will, at least you have a chance, you can educate them. But if you don't have the discipline, you also start drinking, smoking, alcohol, you are going to destroy your energy and destroy your children's energy and the whole world. The future generation cannot sustain. So we will not reach, not by killed by atom bomb and hydrogen bomb, by inner revolution, by this. I'll continue this tomorrow. And I bring teleport subliminal things tomorrow, cyber and some more, or some again, and I'll show you how subliminal works, how the subconscious mind tomorrow evening. And morning we'll continue our Shaucha and the Sandhya, the restrictions and the Niyamas, the way to live, to increase your energy. That's the purpose of the Shaucha, as I discuss this tomorrow morning. Now we'll conclude.